Welcome, fellow denizens of the dark. This is Lance, your host of Strange Bites, where we sink our teeth into wonderfully weird and wild science discoveries. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. If you enjoy the show, please hit that subscribe button on your favorite podcast app, leave a quick review, and follow us on social media. Your support truly makes a difference. Now let's dive into today's bite. Today we're heading to New York State in episode 30, Solar Thermal Desalination. In a quiet New York laboratory where the light is bent to human will, something ancient stirred in the most ordinary of metals. Not gold, not silver, but humble aluminum foil, thin as a whisper, 200 microns thick. Scientists, guided by the steady hand of Chun-Li Guo and his team at the University of Rochester's Institute of Optics, did not hammer or cast this metal. They called upon light itself, pulses of a femtosecond laser, each lasting only 35 quadrillionths of a second. So brief, they reshape without burning. A single pass of this ghostly sculptor carved the surface into a secret landscape, parallel microgrooves deeper than a human's hair width, overlaid with nanostructures that trap light like a bottomless night. The result was no ordinary sheet. It became super wicking black metal, a surface so raven black it drinks nearly every ray of sunlight that touches it, up to 98% at peak solar wavelengths, and so magnetically thirsty for water that a paper-thin film of seawater climbs uphill against gravity at speeds reaching 8 centimeters per second. Imagine a desert wanderer's last drop of water suddenly deciding to flow upward into the sun's embrace rather than soaking into the sand. That is the quiet command this etched metal issues. Under the open sky, or in the controlled glow of a solar simulator, the ritual begins. The thin film of real ocean water spreads across the active grooves. Sunlight strikes the black veil and transforms into gentle heat. The water does not boil violently. It evaporates with quiet grace, rising as pure vapor that can be captured and condensed into fresh water, meeting the strictest drinking standards. What remains behind are the salts and minerals, sodium, magnesium, potassium, calcium, and trace treasures like lithium, crystallizing into solid forms. Now here's the real sorcery. Drawn from everyday observations, the researchers named after spilled coffee. As the water disappears, the salts do not clog the grooves like stubborn sediment in old pipe. Instead, they obey the coffee ring effect. Evaporation pulls liquid outward in tiny capillary flows, while salt creeping carries the growing crystals across the surface until they reach the untreated passive edges of the panel. There they pile up cleanly, like exiles gathering at the border of a kingdom, ready to be harvested rather than dumped. Deeper and wider grooves enhance this exile, allowing the panel to stay self-cleaning even when facing the full complexity of real seawater. No chemical additives, no toxic brine discharged back into the ocean to choke marine life. Nearly 100% of the salts are captured as solids. In testing, these panels operated continuously for 7 days under one sun illumination, producing on average 1.76 kilograms of fresh water per square meter per hour, while harvesting 61.74 grams of salt water per square meter per hour. Roughly 74% of the sun's energy turned directly into vapor. Outdoor trials in Rochester, New York confirmed the magic holds under real skies. The system even proved solar trackable. Tilt the panels and the wicking grooves still pull the thin veil upward. And in a beautiful twist, the collected salts can be further coaxed by embedding special nanoparticles in the grooves to yield lithium, offering a gentler path than tearing it from the earth. What began as a solution to two ancient curses of desalination, salt buildup that chokes evaporators and brine waste that poisons the sea, became something more, a quiet alchemical engine that gives pure water while returning the ocean's minerals as usable treasure. When we coax the sun and laser-sculpted sheet of metal to perform this gentle separation, we are not merely solving a technical problem, we are participating in an ancient conversation between light, water, and stone that nature has conducted for eons through evaporation and crystallization. Yet we have accelerated it. refined it, and stripped away the waste. In a world where billions thirst and climate shifts redraw coastlines and aquifers, this breakthrough whispers of possibility. Deserts that might one day bloom, not through brute force, but through elegant partnerships with the elements. It hints at a future where waste ceases to exist, where every gram of salt pulled from the sea becomes a resource rather than a pollutant, and where lithium for our batteries might rise from the waves instead of scarring the land. But every key that opens a door also raises the question of who will turn it. Will this technology flow towards the thirsty and the marginalized, or will it become another concentration of power in the hands of those who already control resources? The self-cleaning black veil reminds us that true sustainability is not just about efficiency. It's about closing loops so completely that the ocean is not depleted but respected, its gifts received, and its salts returned in useful form. It challenges the old story of human dominion over nature and invites a newer one of attentive collaboration, where we listen to how water wants to move, how light wants to be absorbed, and how crystals want to gather. Long term, this is more than desalination. It is a prototype for a different relationship with our planet, one in which our technologies begin to echo natural cycles rather than fight them. It asks us whether we will use such gifts to mend the wounds of scarcity and extraction, or simply create new ones. In the end, every breakthrough like this is a mirror. It shows us not only what we can do, but who we choose to become when the sun, the metal, and the sea offer us their secrets. That's it for today's bite. I wonder what other veils are waiting for the right pulse of light to part. For a deeper dive into the technology and research, check out the links in the show notes. And until next time, stay strange and question everything.